Oh, like how did it do when you said that? I was.
I don't even know what to go with.
Alright, few of you are still having some issues with these. So let's take a look at this one. Definitely gonna see this on the test, practice test. Okay, I'm gonna wait till you're done talking. Caitlin, Jay Lee. Part of the team. I just like to say part of the team. Yeah. That's a good name. Alright, once you read the y varies directly with x, then you can automatically say that this equation will hold y equals kx. That will be a valid equation to represent the situation. And they're going to give you a second piece of information. They'll say y equals 8 when x equals negative 32. You use that to find k. You use that to find k, which means you just plug in 8 for the y, and we plug in negative 32 for the x. And then we just do our math, and we divide by negative 32, and that will give me k. Well, what is 8 divided by negative 32?
Negative 0.25.
Okay. 8 divided by negative 32. So it'll be negative 0.25, which some of you put as the fraction, which is what? 1/4, which is good. Now, if this is a terminating decimal, you could leave it as a decimal because we'll still get the right answer. But if it's like when you do 1 divided by 3, and like you round that off, you're gonna switch you're gonna change your answers. So you got to write that as the fraction 1/3. So for this one, you could get away with negative 0.25, or you could get away with negative 1/4. I still like the fraction a little bit better. It's just, that tendency to be more accurate. But for this one, you could get away with negative 0.25. All right, now you got your equation. Which would be y equals negative 1/4 or negative 0.25x. Okay.
For the final thing to find what y will be for the next one.
Okay, what do you do?
You put in y equals negative 1/4, and in parentheses you put 64.
Yep, you substitute the 64. So you kind of got 3 things here that I got highlighted. Y varies directly with x. So that's y equals kx. The green part allows me to find k. We write the equation, and like Zach says, we're going to get this last little bit of information. They say find y when x is 64, and you end up with negative 16. So you kind of got those 3 little things going on there. Okay, so that's this problem here. All right where you're at. Let's keep. We got to hit this. I want everybody to get these right on the test. So the value of y varies directly with x. The value of y varies directly with x. So right that point, I can say, oh, all right, y equals kx. And now you get a fact that when y is 1/2, x is 3. All right, plug those in and give me what k is. Do that now. Plug those in, give me what k is. It should probably leave it as a fraction. Okay, what you got back there, Grant?
1/6.
All right, he says 1/6. Christian, do you agree?
Yeah.
All right, 1/2 equals k times 3. When I divide by 3, 1/2 divided by 3. If I go in the Wayback Machine, back in about 6th grade, you remember how to divide fractions? You multiply by the Reciprocal, which would be 1/2 times 1/3.
Keep change flip.
Keep change flip, which is 1/6. Now, I'm fully aware that you probably just did 1/2 divided by 6. And now you got that decimal, and then you guys can convert it. So I can hit math. This is how I got to do it. 1/12. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? It's 1/2 divided by 3. 1/2 divided by 3. That's what I did wrong. So I get that, and then I hit math, fraction, and your calculators will convert to a fraction as well. So 1/6, make sure you're at least familiar with that. You can do it. If you get this long decimal, you absolutely cannot make it 0.17 because that's going to mess up that next part. All right, so now you got your equation.
You guys have that, you have to hit second and then the PRB button, which is right next, diagonal from it. Which is like F to D above it. To transfer or to convert.
Fraction to a decimal.
Fraction.
Decimal to fraction, right? All right, y equals 1/6x. All right, Evan, do you know what to do now for this last little piece?
Put X, or put 1 in for X.
Good, put 1 in for x. So 1/6 times 1, that's just 1/6. So our final answer is 1/6. Now in this problem here, you're gonna have to do 3 things. You're gonna have to tell me what k is. You're gonna have to tell me what the equation is. Okay. And then you're gonna have to tell me what that final y value is. Okay. So those 3 little pieces there. Find k, rewrite the equation with the y and the x, and then plug in that last little term. All right. Now some of you had some issues with that last. See, I even got it on here on Friday. I apologize, Christian. Threw you off. We're gonna go backwards here. We're gonna start at 10 and 11 because Lottie had some issues there. Okay. Certain bank offers a 2% savings rate. Write a direct variation equation for the amount of interest earned on a balance of X. So I tried to kind of lead you in. Some of you got this. So put down y equals 0.02x. So put that down on that line right there. All right. I did. I know it's a shock. All right, now all we gotta do is plug in. Now, if you plug in 0.02 times 0 is 0. But take a look at what X numbers they got on the bottom. They got 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000. So plug in 200. So take 0.02 times 200 on your calculator, and what does that give us back? Okay, Colin? Says 4. So go 200 and then to 4. That means you earn $4 of interest on $200. All right, go ahead and plug in 400, 600, 800, and 1,000, and then just plot those points.
Did you get the homework? Did they submit that worksheet or
They did, but only 4 of them did it.
only 4 of them submitted it?
Yeah, I do have it. I did get the homework. Got that. All right, so plug in 400. All right, so for 400, Josh, you got your calculator out? What are you doing then? Look, I'm not your personal, worker here to do all the work for you. Well, yeah. Would it be? It'd be 8. So Josh, you do 600. Plug in 600, 800. Rachel, you plug in 800. And Morgan Campbell, you plug in 1,000. Okay, what are you getting, Josh, for 600? Joe, where's your calculator? Get it out. Zero two.
Is it 12?
It's 12. Rachel, how about 800?
Why did it get so loud?
16.
Why did it get so loud in here?
Because you keep saying, why did it get so loud?
Because people are excited about math.
Yeah. Morgan, 20.
I'm not.
I'm pretty jacked up about it.
I know, heck yeah. Okay, now, hopefully you recognize when you just got an X term, that's a linear function, so these points need to be linear. They need to form a line. So that's what we get there. So obviously, the more money you have, the more interest. All right, now they change it up a little bit. This is just like those two problems we just did, but it's not just worded exactly the same way. All right, another bank offers a different savings rate. This savings rate is 2%, okay, which we write as 0.02. A different bank offers a different savings rate. If an account with $400 earns interest of $6, how much interest is on our account? So we got to find K, which is our interest rate. So use this information. Hold on. Okay, the $400 is our X, the $6 is our Y. So think about this. I got Y equals KX. Put in $400 for X and 6 in for Y. Divide by 400. Now this case here, decimal will be okay. 0.0 what?
1.5.
0.015. Does anybody know what that is as a percent?
1.5.
1.5%. So instead of 2%, it's 1.5%. But now here's your deal. You get Y equals 0.015 times X. It says how much will you earn with 1,800? Zach?
$27 interest.
You're gonna get $27 and you're gonna take 0.015 times 1,800, which is 27. Now, some of you recognize you can solve this by just a proportion. The only difference is if I need the K value or I ask for the interest rate, you gotta know how to get that by using this. So that's the only thing you gotta watch out for. A proportion, and some of you did this, which would be 6 over 400 equals X over 1,800. That will work. It's the only thing it won't do is won't tell us that interest rate. Okay, it won't tell us that interest rate. All right, Preston, let's keep working backwards. What'd you get for 8? What'd you get for K? -3. And then what did you get for Y here? 24. So it should be, let's see, we've got Y equals KX. Y is -18 when X is 6. And I divide by 6, I do get K is -3. So this becomes -3 times -8, which is positive 24. Okay, all right, Jordan, how about number 9? I know you said you're a little bit confused. Let's see if we can figure this out. Or did you get number 9?
I did not get number 9.
All right, start with Y equals KX. When Y is 1/2, X is 5, so plug in 1/2 here, K times 5. All right, from there, just take a look at that. From there, what do you think you need to do to find the K?
Divide both sides by 5.
All right, do that and see what you get. Divide that and see what you get. Your calculator is fine. And this is where, Joe, I'm not sure, you might have had a wrong K value. I can't remember. All right, you use your calculator.
I'll have this facing right.
Oh, okay, sorry.
What's number 9?
No. .1.
0.1. Now, do you know what that is a fraction?
1/10.
Good. Well, 0.1 or 1/10, those are equivalent. You can use either one. So now, that means Y equals 1/10 X. What is Y when X is 30? Okay, what is Y when X is 30? Well, you take 1/10 times 30, and that's where we get the 3. A few of you had 300 there because I think you put 10 down for your K value. I'm not sure.
Oh, I know, I have it on.
Okay, so make sure you get K is 3. All right, 5.
K is 3 or Y is 3?
Sorry, Y is 3. K is 1. Here. Oh, all right. So for number 5, Jalen, what order do I divide here?
X over. No, sorry, Y over Y.
Okay, so take 2 over 6. Now here's the deal with this. All of these, so 2 divided by 6. It's going to give you 0.3 repeating. Okay, it's good. This is a decimal. You can't list that. Grant? It's going to be a 1/3. Yep. So that's going to reduce to 1/3. 5 over 15 is going to be 1/3. And 7 over 21 is 1/3. So, but since they're all the same, it is direct variation, and it would be Y equals 1/3 X. I know it didn't ask for that, but I want to make sure you know that. The 6 all come out the same. Zach,
Yes.
what do they all come out to when you divide?
4.
4. 24 over 6. Always Y over X. So they're 4, 4, and 4. You get Y equals 4X. Okay, and so that means yes, direct variation. Now I don't think that last one is direct variation because the deuces turn out to be different, right? Like 3 divided by 10, if you look at that, that is 0.3 on your calculator. 5 divided by 15 is 0.3 repeating, which is not the same as 0.3. And 9 divided by 20, what is that? 0.45? So they're clearly not the same, not direct variation. Not direct variation. Okay, and then, all right, first one, yes. K is 3. Second one is no, because you got that 2X minus 9. You can't add or subtract anything. All right, here's where people are going to miss. If you're going to miss anything, it's the third one. All right, Amanda, do you think that's direct variation?
Yes.
All right, what do I got to do first? Before,
Subtract 2X from this side.
yep, we got to get Y by itself. And so that gives me 3Y equals negative 2X. Let me put it over here. This is what you end up getting. And so you need to identify that K. It's got to be negative 2/3. Okay, it's got to be negative 2/3. So you got to do a little bit of work first. And now number 4 will also be direct variation because what happens when you divide by 3, you just get Y equals 3X. K equals 3. So the only one that's no is 2. The only one that's no is 2. All right, we need to kind of review a couple key things. So I got some guided notes here. We're going to review these and tend to. Pretty good.
I'm scared of it. You see her. That's true. I can see that.
Welcome to the place without Joe. Like, is that something? Oh, that would have been like insane.
Oh, I gotta tell you an insane story then.
Okay.
I'll tell you. All right. Hey, we're going back to section 1. And some of these things you tend to get mixed up. This is a really good little study guide because there's 2 things you deal with for a table is it a linear function or is it direct variation? And they're two different things. So if you get them mixed up, okay, you're gonna get those wrong. Do you remember what we do to test for a linear function? It is not what we just did on that last worksheet. Preston? Yeah, you're looking for constant change in x and a constant change in y. So you're looking here, this is for a linear function. -3 to -1 is +2. -1 to 1 is a +2. 1 to 3 is a +2. So that's a constant change in the x. So that's a good thing. Now you test for a constant change in y. And I need to see this. You need to show us what that is. All right, -5 to 1. Be careful there. Okay, how much does that go up? Okay, Zach? 6. That goes up 6. That's kind of the harder one. 1 to 7 goes up 6. 7 to 13 goes up 6. So that is a constant change. So this is a linear function. Yes. Linear function. Since there is a constant change of +2 for x and +6 for y. +2 for x and +6 for y. For that one. So, and you need to tell me that. You need to list how much does it go up by for each case. So that is a linear function. Now the actual equation, can anybody, what would the actual equation be? No, we don't want to mess with that right now. Okay, whoops, I went too far. Okay, be able to find x and y intercepts. List all intercepts as ordered pairs, which sometimes you tend to forget to do. Graph equations using x and y intercepts. All right, so we're going to throw a bunch of things in this one little problem. You copy down 3x + 4y = 24. So you copy that down. All right, remember to find the y-intercept.
I think this is one on, in years past, when you guys see like X and Y intercepts on this test, you really forget exactly what it's looking for and exactly what the process is, but it should be relatively easy.
All right, remember for a y-intercept, you let x = 0. It covers it up, makes it the whole thing disappear. And some of you just go right to 4y = 24, which that's fine, but I'm going to do 3 times 0 plus 4y = 24. Divide by 4, y = 6. So put down 0, 6. You got to list it as the ordered pair. A lot of you just kind of mentally divide, and then if you miss a negative, then it kind of things get off from there. So take this just for the, on the test, on the quiz, take that little extra step. Make sure you show your work. For the x-intercept, let y = 0. So I get 3x plus 4 times 0 = 24. All right, wipes out that whole thing. Wipes out the 4, it gives you 3x = 24. Divide by 3, x = 8. So I'm going to list those as 0, 6 is my y-intercept. 8, 0 is my x-intercept. All right, plot those 2 points. Draw your line through them. And 0, 6 is on the y-axis. 8, 0 is on the x-axis. And anything that's probably, we tend people flip, which is the x and which is the y-axis. Put them in the wrong spots. Draw a line through there. All right, is that slope positive, negative? Is it positive or is it negative? Color.
Negative.
Negative, it's going downhill. It is going downhill. And if you have a picture of it, you can just count over there if you need to. But now the next one says, know the slope formula. All right, so write down that slope formula. You do have to know that. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Write down the slope. So the actual, yep, the original one. And so you got that point, 3, -8, -5, 4. I always let the first one be x1, y1. Second one be x2, y2. It really doesn't matter. You'll still get the same answer as long as you do everything right. And so now my slope between these 2 points is 4 minus -8. And some of you automatically put 4 plus 8, which is fine. -5 minus 3. 4 plus 8 is 12 over -8. No mixed numbers. Don't make it 1 point anything. No decimals. Reduce that. What will go into 12? What will go into -8? And then don't keep a negative in the denominator. Okay, Christian?
4.
4. And so what does that happen when I divide both by 4? What does it give me?
3 over 2.
3 over 2, and then just make it negative in front. -3/2. No mixed numbers. No mixed numbers. Just -3/2. Okay, for that. All right, list the 4 types of slope and draw a picture of each. So, all right, there's your pictures. Draw those. One's going uphill. One's going downhill. Then you got a horizontal line. And you got a vertical line. Positive slope's going uphill. Negative slope's going downhill. All right, these two can get mixed up pretty easily. Which one's the horizontal line? Zach?
Undefined.
Oh, you just proved my point. Proved it. Hanan? 0. Horizontal line is this way.
I just realized that I don't know what horizontal and vertical means.
Okay. Gotcha.
No. I need to have a conversation with my English teacher.
0 slope. And then undefined, because you cannot divide by 0. There's no run. Remember, it's rise over run. Slope is rise over run. Okay, for that case. All right, you still got one on the bottom there, right?
Yeah.
All right, know how to identify whether an equation is linear. Is that what you said? All right, give me a linear equation. Somebody just make one up. Jordan.
Y is equal to 2x.
Y is equal to 2x. That is linear. Beautiful. All right, now any other linear equations out there? Is that the only one?
Y equals 4x.
Say that again?
Y equals 4x.
Oh man, way to get creative.
Yep.
Yes. Jordan.
Y is equal to 3x.
Oh, man.
Wow.
All right, I don't think this trend's going to end.
Why you do 5?
Some linear cases. 2x plus 4y equals 10. You just have to have one x or one y. You don't have to have them both. And then you got y equals 3x minus 5. Those are all linear. Non-linear. You got a square root. You can't multiply them together. No exponents. So just a single x, single y for those.
Also, absolute value would be nonlinear.
So if you had like y equals the absolute value of x minus 2. Anything with an absolute value. Just an x, just a y. Boom, linear. Linear is a straight line. All of those are going to be some type of a curve. Some type of a curve.
homework for tonight or?
Yeah, so some of it, but not all of it. All right, flip it over. Yes, sir. Okay.
You
Alright.
want to do
Write linear equations in standard form and identify the A, B, and C values. Standard form is AX plus BY equals C. That is standard form. Not every linear equation is in standard form. So some of those I listed up here, they're linear, but they're not in standard form. This first one here, as you write that down, is that one in standard form? Yeah, you have an X, the X term, then a plus or minus the Y term, and equals the constant. So you just say A is 3, B is -2, C is 15. Now the next one is not in standard form. George?
So happy to make it.
So what do I need to do?
Subtract 2x from both sides.
Okay, subtract 2x. Now tell me what to write.
4x minus, or 4y minus 2x is equal to -8.
All right, now is that in standard form? Not yet. Not yet, because the only thing you gotta do is you gotta put the X piece first, the Y piece second. Okay, that's not incorrect, but you just haven't finished it. So now, when you do that, remember the negative travels with the 2, so you gotta make that -2x, that 4 would be a plus 4y equals -8. Now, A is -2. B is +4. C is -8. C is -8. All right, do not lose this. We're gonna finish this tomorrow. I wanna get you started on the practice test.
There is a one more video about.
Okay, well, I'll pass this out and you guys that.
Homework, I'm guessing. Homework makes me
What?
homework makes me stupid.
Oh, don't write.
I know it's a lot.
Read the directions at the top.
Yeah, show me one second.
I want
Jelly is not.
They do not have any.
Jelly man.
Oh, God.
Like, it's flippy.
Did you say it was jelly a man?
I had said jelly.
Oh, wow.
This is it. Okay, now listen up, please, so you don't screw this up. What I gave you was an answer sheet. It's much easier to put everything, it's easier for us to read on that answer sheet. Now, if you read the top of your practice test, it says show all work on a separate sheet of paper, write answers on the answer sheet. Now, you may not need to show work for all of them. That's fine on here. Now, to make this a little more manageable, we're just going to do the evens for homework, and then we're going to finish the rest in class. So 2 through 22 even. Now, I'm still going to make it a double assignment. That's 20 points to do 2 through 22 even. You do not have to submit, okay? You do not have to submit. We'll just get the homework in class.
Make sure you use the answer sheet, please, to make everybody's life easier.
And I won't even leave you a spot to submit, but it's still going to be worth 20 points. All right, this is the most important assignment of the chapter, and we'll do the evens or the odds tomorrow, kind of together. And if you don't know how to do something, then this is important. Oh, yeah, we'll get to the important. We'll listen to the odd ones.
Okay, so linear, we're struggling with cost of that main contract.
Wait, wasn't it doing linear?
Oh, you do?
Well, it's not a line, so.
It was just looking at the graph,
You said find the equation of the line.
Yeah,
It is.
And that's what we do next.
Wait, what's it mean to be linear again?
Straight line.
So
X is the Y.
Is that a straight line?
do vertical line.
Are they supposed to be 2 through 23?
Oh, where you have like a straight line. It hits.
Oh,
I mean, if you've done, you don't need to erase it, but don't do any extra. 2 through 22 even. 2 through 22 even, trying to make this a little more manageable.
So that's what I'm kind of, what 2.9 is.
So, yeah, I see what you got.